Alright family, welcome back to the channel. I am Lady Nyca, and with tonight's episode of The Have and the Have-Nots. This is Season 7, Episode 2, Fleeting Moments. Now, before I begin the review, I want to apologize to each and every one of my love things that The Real Housewives of Atlanta from this Sunday has not come out. As you can hear by my voice, I am going through something, child. My voice is toe up. I got this cold. I felt it coming. But what had happened was we had a storm Friday and I got wet, and so it's really been having me under the weather. Plus, my date with Ben will be this Thursday. So you guys who've been with me a minute, y'all pretty much know what that means. Until I get my Zap Me back, I'll pretty much be out of it. But I will be highlighting The Real Housewives of Atlanta this past Sunday's episode. I'm going to do highlights at the end of my Fuck Shit Friday. So you guys will be prepared for the new episode that will come out this coming Sunday. I'm going to I'm not going to review it. I'm going to do highlights of the show on the end of Fuck Shit Friday. And that way you guys will be prepared for what's to come this coming Sunday. Okay? So let's get into tonight's review. We open up back at Hannah's, where Candace and Benny are watching the news reports on the happenings at the Crier's house, right? They wanting to know what happened. Benny want to know, is he dead? He really wants Jim to be dead, so Candace can keep the money. Now Candace not really interested in keeping the monies or anything. She don't want the money. She want to do the right thing finally, and I say kudos to her. She tell him it wasn't her because he assumed that maybe she had something to do with what was going on over there. She said she ain't got nothing to do with it. He said, well, if you did, I wouldn't care. And he keeps urging her to keep the money and simply run. They still don't know who's dead and who survived, but the report on the news did say that the coroner van was also outside the Crier's home. So we gonna see. Now Benny say they going to find out who's dead and who's not, because they going to wake up Hannah. Child, they go wake up Hannah and tell her something bad that happened at the Crier's house, and it was on the news. 3 people got shot. So of course she gets up and immediately calls Catherine, but she gets Catherine's voicemail instead of her. So she gets up to get prepared to go on over there and see what's going on. She finna go investigate. And as Hannah is in there getting dressed, Benny is he asking Candace, do you want to go and come out with me and Mitch? You know, might be a reason to celebrate, girl. But she declined. Now let's go over to David's house, because he and Jeffrey are talking to cops about that home invasion. Now David wasn't throwing Veronica's name out there, but Jeffrey did. And later David told Jeffrey, your mama gonna outsmart them. That's why I'm not throwing her name in there. You gotta find a way to outsmart the fox, honey. Okay? Now, while they investigating David's situation, one of the cops comes and tells David that there was a shooting at the Crier's house and 3 people done got shot. And that's when Jeffrey says it was Wyatt. He said he said he was going to do it earlier that day, but I thought he was high, so of course David is ready to leave his situation to go check on Jim and his family, and he did exactly that to left. Now Mitch comes to pick up Benny. Candace opened the door for him, and y'all know Mitch got a sweet spot for Candace. He asking if she okay and assures her that he got her back. If anybody mess with her or bothers her, just let him know, because he on the streets. He ain't on the streets, but he on the streets, okay? She assures him that she's good, and Bennett come in, and they bounce to go out to the club, the strip club, for the night. Then we see Derek. We finally see Derek in this new season. He looking all weird and rejected. He calls Hannah's house phone, and Candace answered it. He thought it was Hannah at first, but she identifies herself as your daughter. He was caught off guard, but he asked how much she knew about him. She said, won't you fill me in on about you? He said, yeah, but that's something I probably need to do in person. She said, perhaps. He said, well, can I come by? Hannah don't want you here. I'll give you a phone call when I'm ready to talk with you, and hung up on him. Now, at the place Catherine laid Broderick up at, he chilling. When Rocky come by there, impressed at the place, but he not trusting the situation. We still haven't heard anything about RK. So they were, could we be deported? But then Rocky said he a little bit more at ease now since Candace has been revealed, and that's who they were after in the beginning was Candace. Broderick didn't know anything about it. He told him, man, check the TV. They have aired her out. It was kind of sad. Rocky came to tell him about the shooting at the Criers as well, and he didn't know anything about that. So now Broderick is worried about whether or not Catherine okay for more reasons than one. Rocky told him, baby, go on, have your drink or two and enjoy this because it could be about to end. We don't know, but this could be about to end for you. And he left. Now, back at the hospital, Keisha and Madison is at the nurse's desk, and Justin's bugging the nursing station. Madison sends Keisha in because he don't want to deal with him. But when she gets there, Justin wants Madison. So she goes in. She goes back to the nurse station and tell him he's requesting you. And he ain't going to stop bringing this station unless you go. So Madison ends up going to see Child Justin trying to get dressed. He said he done made bail. So that's why the cop outside is gone. And he finna leave. Now, you see Madison telling him, the doctor say you got some internal injuries. That might not be the best thing for you, but he don't care. He said he out of there. He rather take his chances on his own. Being in that hospital, he like open season for him with Veronica, okay? So, he asked for his clothes. Madison gave him his clothes, okay? Then he want Madison to help him get dressed. And we see Madison doing it, and I was like, why? Why would you help him do anything when this boy just tried to beat the hell out of you and leave you for dead? Child, after he helped him get dressed, he gonna block the doorway asking Madison do he work out. Madison got a little stern and told him, yeah, and if you don't get out the way, I'm gonna toss your ass across this room. Child, he ends up moving out of the way. But y'all see where Tyler finna go with these two, right? Y'all see that eventually something is going to ignite between them because on his way out the door, he tells Justin that, you know, you are a good-looking guy and you could pull if you wasn't so creepy. Child, whatever. That's gonna be a hot mess, but y'all see what's coming. Oliver and Landon having drinks. Landon is upset and drunk that he was fired. Landon thinks Oliver will take his job, although Oliver said he's not getting that job. Landon said, if you do, I'm going to end up killing you. And he walked off, leaving Oliver there after saying he was sexually frustrated and telling Oliver, I wish I would with you. Anyway, we're over at Veronica's house. Celine done called her and set up a meeting with her for the following day. Then she goes to fix her a drink and sit down on her couch, baby. And old boy that she had get his posse together and do the home invasion on Jeffrey and David, him and his posse showed up in her living room. And she asked, is this intimidation? And he said no. He said, I want to talk about what we was talking about. She said, oh, good, because I'm not easily intimidated. But this is pissing me off. They wanted to know what she planned on doing for their two fallen soldiers who lost their life doing what she asked them to do. She said she called Willie Watson and he going to take care of the soldiers. Him and Phaedra going to get them real good down there, prepared down at the Willie Watkins funeral home. She said, I also started a college fund for the kids. Child, she still capping, telling them that they smell musty. Do all y'all have to smell musty? Child, they eventually got up out of there. Did y'all see how they scaled her wall, leaving and stuff like that? Girl, them ain't the ones you want to mess with. Them, that's the hood, baby. That's the hood. When they come out from all directions upon you, that's either the SWAT or the hood. And honey, they ain't none of them had on fatigue. So that was the hood. She told a little light-skinned one that, I could work with you. You're a cutie. You take a bath and come back and see me. Get my number from him. Child, did you see how they, like I said, they dispersed over them walls and everything? Then when they left, everybody left, she gonna say her house smell like broke ass, and she gotta go get her a hotel, cause she can't be laying up in there tonight. Now, the question of the day is, was she shook? Hell yeah, she was shook. But she got a poker face and a Cajun spicy mouth. She kind of remind you of somebody down here on the YouTube, don't she? Ain't about that life at all, but act like they is. Stay at the police station. But anyway, Landon goes back to the table after he had supposedly left and told Oliver basically, this is my table, you get out. Then he told him he needed to get laid, child. But it would never be him. Then we see him call Candace, who immediately hung up in his face, and he called her back. He's saying that maybe he can fix it. She said, you probably one that did it. He said, no, but I might can fix it. Just give me a chance. What's in it for you, Landon? That's when he had to admit he had lost his job, and he thinks that if he fixed this situation, he could possibly get his job back. And asked if she was interested. She told him she was uninterested and hung up, but he gonna work on that. Landon then gets up and go to this guy's table who minding his business, trying to score. But dude said he not gay and he not curious. Okay? Dude said he just sitting there trying to study. Then he looks over the man's shoulder and see old Scott kissing some chick. He took a quick pic of that. Then went over to Scott and spoke. Scott tried to say the woman was his cousin. He said, oh, kissing cousin. Told Scott, come holler at me a minute. Basically, he get him over there and say, oh, you left your wife and kids in D.C. to hang out with your mistress in Detroit. Why you here? You looking up anything on Candace? Nah. He told, I don't like you being here. Scott know he caught. Landon wanted to know from him, why you here? I'm just here. He said, well, you know what? I got a lovely little photo, and I don't like you being here. So my suggestion to you is basically you get gone, or this photo will appear in the papers by morning. So now Scott got to get on, and Landon got some tea on it. Outside the Crier's house, there's a crowd that has now formed. There's reporters, onlookers, and Hannah arrived and told one of the officers she know the family. She works for them. So the cop let her pass the yellow tape. Child, she see Wyatt sitting in the cop car and he telling her he killed him. Just as happy and high. She runs inside, sees Jim on the stretcher, but the officer led her upstairs to a waiting Catherine. That's right, fam. Catherine survived. Wyatt didn't shoot Catherine. He shot above her, but she played dead until she heard the cop's voice, and that's when she emerged. Where's Jim, she wants to know. Catherine, she said, Hannah told her she didn't know. Catherine replayed what happened. Wyatt didn't shoot her. Like I said, he shot above her, but she did lay there till the cops called out. She was upset and in disbelief that her own egg, her own child she birthed in this world could do this. Hannah went to check on Jim for her because she worried about Jim. George come up to Hannah while she trying to find out some intel on Jim, trying to ask her questions about what's going on. She wasn't giving nothing. Then George decided to tell her that Benny's name was written on a pad in Jim's office with 8 million something on it and dated for tomorrow. Hannah says she ain't know nothing of that, and she don't know if Benny does or does not know about what that note could possibly mean. Now, y'all know Hannah saved and she can't lie with a damn. She can't lie on the man. So, although, George didn't press her, you could tell he's not done with that part of the questioning, but he let it go. She goes back into where Catherine is at and lets her know that Jim is on his way to the hospital. Then she asks, look, the detective downstairs, the DA downstairs said Benny's name was on a pad in Jim's office. Was he planning to do something to my son? Catherine says she didn't think Jim was planning nothing, but at this point it wouldn't matter if Jim dead, now would it? She realized she was getting a little out of ways about the situation. She apologized to Hannah for snapping. Then we see George come in with a cop asking if Catherine was hurt. She assures him, I'm not hurt. So he tells the cop, put the cuffs on him. He wants to arrest her for the murder of Jennifer Salison. Y'all remember DA girl that was dead to the bed? That Catherine, helped out of life real quick. Yeah. So, child, That's pretty much what we cut off at. But we're going to see them taking her next week out of the house to headed to jail. David and Jeffrey will arrive on the scene at that time. And things are going to unfold, child. Things are going to unfold. But for right now, we now know that Catherine was not harmed at all. That Jim was. And Jim is headed to the hospital. We're going to see what the outcome going to be for Jim. And we got Celine deciding that she gonna meet up with Veronica, who told her last week, I can get you your coins. You got two, what she told her, you got two gold mines living in your house, Jim's children. So we gonna see, family, where this saga gonna lead us to. I'm pretty excited about the season. I mean, it's what it is for Tyler Perry. I enjoyed it. And I look forward to doing the reviews throughout the season. That's it. That is all on tonight's episode of the Have and Have Nots. Remember, the Real Housewives are not gone, child. I'm going to put them at the end of Fuck Shit Friday this weekend, when I do it the weekend, so that you guys can get the highlights of what happened, and it'll have you geared up for Sunday's episode, and I'll be back on track by then. If you guys do not hear anything else from me until Friday, that is because my date with Ben is Thursday, and I'm feeling the effects of a cold as well, so I may be out of the game for a minute, but I will be back as always. In closing, as always, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to hit the like button on this video. That gets me recognized on the YouTube streets. Comment down below in the panel section. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are about tonight's episode. Are you here or not here for the possible hookup that's going to happen between Justin and Madison? Child, I'm over that already. If you have not subscribed to this channel or my backup channel, Lady Nyca Live, please subscribe to both of their channels today. Also, tap your notification bell button and set them to all so that each and every time I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from either channel, you guys are going to get a notification and you can come over and join the conversation that's going to be happening over there whenever I do it, okay? You guys have a great remainder to your Tuesday night, a great rest of your week. If you don't hear from me until the weekend, I am fine. I'm recuperating from Ben and trying to get rid of this cold. Thank you all for my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you guys coming through. I hope I can give you that to keep you wanting to be around these parts with me. And I'll see you on the next upload. Peace.